Someday my journey will finish.
The Beaufort Male Choir from South Wales has been raising the roof since 1887. Their roots lie in the mining community, heritage they're still proud of. While sorting through their archives, Secretary Chris Evans found a copy of a remarkable diary.
It tells the story of a group of choristers from Beaufort who, at the height of the miners' strike in 1926, got on a train, ended up in Bristol, and sang on the streets to raise as much money as possible to buy leather, to make shoes for destitute children.
The choir had seen families fall into poverty on the lead up to the bitter strike. Determined to help, they embarked on a busking tour.
With no plan, no food and nowhere to stay, they'd intended to simply live by their wits. Well, 89 years later, the current Beaufort Choir has decided to pay tribute to them by following in their footsteps. Good morning and welcome to Bristol! Yay! Are we ready to take to the streets?
We are.
Men of Harlem in the hollow.
According to the diary, the street choir sang as many as 180 songs a day for almost 3 weeks in the hope of putting shoes on children's feet. A tough gig considering the choir were almost penniless themselves.
What was the public's attitude towards the cause?
Some people were incredibly generous, but there were others, and in the diary there's a great story when they were busking outside a rich gentleman's house. At that moment, the master himself appeared on the scene, carrying a riding crop. Brandishing this, he said, "Clear off from here. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Why aren't you down the pit, getting the coal out? Do you know I have 20 men idle through you miners?" To which the chairman of the choir replied, "It's a great wonder to me that you have 20 men working for you," with a face like that.
I mean, that's funny, but they were really working in a highly charged atmosphere.
Certainly.
How much do you reckon you're going to make today?
I would be very happy if we clear £100, which will go to charity, of course.
£100 is a lot.
Freedom, God and right.
Back then, the singers had to survive on handouts of food. To see what it felt like, today's choir tried to blag a free lunch from the nearby supermarket.
Is there any chance we can have a quiet word with the manager?
The presence of a TV crew probably makes it easier than it was in the 20s.
Bread and cheese. Yeah. You guys are only doing this for one meal, but remember, those guys did it for, what, 19 days?
It's a humbling experience. You know, we're tired now and we've only been in it 4 or 5 hours.
Bread of heaven.
After a hard day's busking, the original choir faced the prospect of sleeping rough. But late one night, they found surprising hospitality at a boarding house that's now university property.
The door was opened by an elderly lady to whom he said, 14 miners from South Wales, can you put them up? It was a great disappointment when they said there was only 1 bed vacant. But they went on to say, Ma, if you will only allow us to come in to sit on chairs or even on the floor, anything, because we're just deadbeat, so...
So she went on to house all 14 of them?
Yeah.
Like, that would not happen these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be on TripAdvisor, wouldn't it?
A lot of trust went on there.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be walking in the steps of your predecessors?
Eerie. Through the bits.
They were probably singing in here.
Yeah. I get the table then, do I?
I get the chair, thank you.
That's you, on the same floor.
Oh, this is a hard floor.
I'm not. How do you sleep on such like this? He's got a carpet.
Trust me, this carpet is not comfortable.
After 19 days of busking, the choir had made the equivalent of £2,700. Back home, the Boot and Shoe Committee was extremely grateful. For today's choir, the trip back in time's coming to an end too.
Free them to wander God's heaven.
Well, we've had a wonderful day. Today's experience has made me feel really privileged and to realise how easy we have it in society.
To see what those guys went through all those years ago, I'm going to have great respect for them.